Hey, I'm Jennifer Shahadi and I'm here with Fabi, and today we're going to talk about an opening that everyone loves. One of our top 10 openings is Scotch. Interestingly, Fabi likes the Scotch gambit with white, but sometimes when he's playing black, he's not that comfortable when his opponent plays a Scotch. Kind of weird, but actually something that happens to a lot of people.
Wait.
Let us know if that happens to you too.
That's not true, because I know what to do against the Scotch gambit because I played this, but I don't know what to do against the Scotch. If I play the Scotch gambit.
That's true. So there is a difference, and we're going to talk about that right now. So why don't you play for black, Fob? Well, I'll show you actually. So E3 5.
I know what to do.
And now
They
the
always
move
play here.
is D4.
They don't always play there. It's like sometimes.
Yes. But here there's a big divergence. So you like the move Bishop C4. But
Better.
this is also a really good move. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really think that for new to intermediate players, white will often get a very good position with this move. You know why? Because I checked on the Lichess database, and do you know that over a very large number of games, the most popular move in this position is knight takes knight.
Horrible move. Because then they just get a very good position.
Yeah, I mean, white's a really good position here. I mean, I don't think it's like winning, but it's actually already caused some major problems for black. Because if they play c5, then this pawn becomes what we call backward. What's a backward pawn?
It can't be protected by any pawns, and
Yeah, and it's hard to advance because this square is like locked down. So yeah, you attack my queen for one move, and then not only that, your bishop is going to be, I don't know where I put it, maybe here. Your bishop is also going to be bad. So not a good move. And if you play knight f6, e5 is like just really brutal. Like you don't want to have to go back to d8. Sure, you can play d6, but your position is already very passive. Probably the best move here, by the way, is queen f6. But, you know, a lot of people don't really want to play that, especially if you're a kid, you're a new player. You kind of don't want to just trade queens off right away. Not exactly that much fun. So I feel like the fact that so many people...
And white's still winning after you trade.
Not winning, but I feel like we're slightly better because we have a bit more center control. And maybe we could just play bishop e3 as well. Anyway... So that's actually a really good opening for beginning and intermediate players. If there's a move that's not the best move, but for some reason people play all the time, that is a sign that it might be an opening that will get you a lot of points. And the other thing about the Scotch is it's also like a great opening. I mean, Gary Kasparov played it. It's not like an opening where you're playing hope chess. So if you can play an opening that is both theoretically and practically good, that's like thumbs up. Big thumbs up.
Look, here.
Well, that's a really good move. In fact, I did want to say that there are two good moves here, knight f6 and bishop c5. I mean, these are the two main moves. But we're going to focus mostly on bishop c5 right now because I noticed that Fabian plays this in a lot of his games. If you're watching this and you might play Fabi, close your ears. The lines that come after this move are sometimes a little bit counterintuitive. Speaking of thinking sideways,
They're supposed to.
if white were to play knight takes knight, now, a lot of us, if you didn't know the theory in this, would say, should I take with this pawn or should I take with this pawn?
You don't want to trade queens because then you can never pass.
Well, yeah, pawn. So you might say, okay, I could take with this pawn. That seems a bit better. But, in fact, could there be a third option? That's kind of the idea of this concept of thinking sideways or examining all your candidate moves, if you might have heard of it. Now, if you know the theory of this, it might be easier for you to find.
Here?
Yes, queen f6, and now what are you doing?
Attacking checkmate and the knight.
Exactly. So this is an even better way to play. And then they have to actually kind of disrupt their development slightly. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but, you know, playing queen d2, you get in front of your bishop, which isn't exactly what you want. So that is an interesting point that if you study theory, you might know about queen f6. But if you've never played the Scotch or never seen the Scotch, that kind of move might not be so obvious to you. And this is really what we're trying to do through the entire chess game. Find moves like queen f6. Now, what about this move, bishop e3? It's interesting because last week we did a lesson on discovery. And with this move, we are threatening a discovery. What are we threatening here, Fabian? Like, suppose black just plays some throwaway move. Like
here?
Sure. Then what would you do as white?
They can take.
Yes, and then what?
Attacking the queen.
Yes.
You
And
have to take it back some way.
and then what?
So they take back like this.
Yeah, sure. And then
then they will just take the bishop.
right. I mean, it might be even slightly stronger to play queen takes queen and then take the bishop, but they're both completely winning, so it doesn't really matter that much. So yes, and if you take with the pawn, it's exactly the same. But knight takes c6 is a big threat, therefore.
So,
Bishop b6 looks a little passive. You know, you're not kind of getting your development done. So what is the correct move here?
You should. Oh, it's easy.
That's not that easy, but it's a great idea. Because now your thought might be, well, if knight takes c6, what will happen?
You just take the bishop.
Yeah, and what do you call that when you play bishop takes bishop, even though it seems like you have to recapture the knight? In between move, also known as a Zwischenzug. Shout out to the Zwischenzug subtack. Also known as an intermezzo. That's my favorite way to call it. And the thing about this intermezzo is now I have to double my pawns, which is not great. By the way, which way would you take here? Big choice. Would you take with the queen, the d pawn, or the... I mean, honestly, as much as it seems weird, I think I would take with this pawn. Just because you can finish your development most easily then.
Okay, then I like it.
Quick question, Fabian. Why not just queen takes c6 here? It's a bit of a trick question, Fabian, because it's not like this is horrible for black. But the question is not, why not? It's like, why not do this? Because it's even better. Because you double their pawns. You came up with a correct move right away. Bishop takes e3 in between move. But queen takes c6 also wouldn't be losing, which is kind of useful because there are some lines in which that comes to pass. Like after this point, you play c3, and now after knight e7, we're still kind of well covered because knight c6, there's bishop takes e3. But now I have a point. If bishop e2, let's say black were to castle. Now after knight takes c6, would bishop takes e3 be a good move now? So I did this intermezzo.
No.
Why not?
Because you're losing against this.
How? Why? What can white do now? Yeah, but then it's the same as before.
Hey, Magnets, what's the move?
This isn't good for black. It's not the same as before because white has a really good move here. Now notice it's after castling. Castling is usually a good move, but in this position, it actually gives you a counter intermezzo. I intermezzoed you, you intermezzo me, and whoever gets the last intermezzo is the winner. So what can white do? How can white? Yeah, exactly. So now that's a check. And
Magnus, I can beat you now.
so now after queen takes e7, pawn takes e3, white would just be up a piece. So that would be bad. The key there that I want you to internalize is that just because a tactic works once doesn't mean it's always going to work. You have to keep checking. And that's especially important with something like intermezzos. Because by their nature, an intermezzo is an exception to the rule, right? Normally we can't ignore pieces that are hanging. Oops. Right? It's only because the tactics work out. So we have to check every time to make sure that the tactics still work. Now, luckily, if you do castle and knight takes c6, it's not the end of the world. You can simply take with the queen and everything is A-okay.
A-okay.
So that's a little bit of an introduction to this tricky line of the Scotch. Maybe we'll get a little bit more deeper into that one next time. One of the things you're going to notice about me and my coaching style for this channel is that I really want to make sure that people understand the very beginning moves. For me, it's not as much about move 8, 9, 10, 11 of the line. It's about those moves 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want you to know them like the back of your hand. And that's kind of one of the concepts of thinking sideways, too.
But the 11 and 12 and 10 move is still important.
It's important for very strong players, for very advanced. But when you're first learning an opening, the most important thing are those early moves. Because you know what? If you mess those up, you don't get to move 11, 12, 13 in your studies. And then it's kind of pointless. So I'd rather have people understand.
12, 13, it's basically more the middle game, and your opening's more over. So when you're learning openings, you don't want to learn that late in the opening.
Exactly, until you get really advanced and the opening kind of stretches out for longer. So in order to remember an opening, repetition is so important. So let's repeat what we just looked at. We looked at two major lines. You play black. Okay, I have two options here. First option here, what would you do? Very nice. Threatening checkmate and my knight. Okay. Now, what if I go here? Also queen f6. Very good. And if I take this, what do you do? Threatening checkmate and forcing me to double my pawns before you recapture the knight. Very excellent. And if I instead play here to fortify everything, you can just continue developing as normal. Excellent job, Fabian.
And I'm putting my hat back on. I actually know what the next video is going to be about. So, what should it be about?
You just need to subscribe, then you'll find out for sure.
Wait,
Then you'll be the first to know. You'll know even before we do.
why?
Well, not really. I was just saying that so they would subscribe. High five. On Substack, YouTube, everywhere. Let's go.
And you will not